Hi, so I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and that is being yourself and loving yourself. And I think there's a difference between those two, but they're also closely tied together. So with being yourself, I mean that in the sense of being yourself in every emotion that you're in, or that you could be in. So if you're angry, that is who you are, like a part of who you are. If you're very happy about something or passionate about something, that is also who you are. And I tend to notice that everybody, you cannot literally be somebody else. So even if you are very conscious of what other people think of you, and you think you have to change yourself, and you're actually doing that, that is still you doing that. Does that make sense? And I think the only way you can embrace that is to stop telling yourself that those things are bad. So for me personally, I guess I'm quite a friendly person. If I start a conversation with somebody, I can usually keep it going for a while. I ask just genuine questions about, them, or how their day has been, or what they're interested in. And it's fine. I'm not one of those people that's very active and social all the time. So one of the things that happens to me a lot is that in a smaller group of people, silences fall quite often. And I used to berate myself on that and tell myself that it was my fault and that it was awkward, and that conversations should not go this way, and that it was my energy, in a sense, that put this weird feeling in a group. But really, when I'm telling myself that, it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help me to tell myself you cannot be this way, because at the same time, when situations like that happen, when you're just talking a little bit but you don't really know the group that well, and then it's just kind of silent, or even when you're with a group of friends that you know well, or just with a best friend maybe, and the conversation falls silent, it doesn't help to tell yourself that that's wrong, because in my mind, nothing is happening. I don't feel the need to start a conversation or to ask a question when I'm not really, when I don't really want to. So I think that it's important to talk to people when you're actually interested in what they have to say. And people can tell, if I start asking random questions and really try to keep the conversation going, it doesn't help, it doesn't feel natural. And lately I've just been telling myself, if a group falls silent, or if my conversation just kind of stops, that's fine too. And it actually helped me a lot to accept that that's just a part of me, and that I can actually feel comfortable with being silent. And I think that's an important thing for people to acknowledge, and to really just say out loud that that's okay sometimes, that you don't have to be, really extroverted or social, and that sometimes silence is fine too, and that it's not necessarily awkward. It's only awkward if you think it's awkward. And it's easier said than done, of course. I still have times where I'm now it's awkward, and I just I kind of tell myself off. But then I really try to say in my head, okay, no, wait, it's okay, it doesn't matter. And then as soon as this switch goes off in my brain, and I just say, okay, it's fine, I don't need I don't need to say anything right now. I just relax and I am being myself. And it helps me to love myself. And I think that people should embrace parts like that of themselves more. And that other people who don't experience these things should, know about this, or like, I don't know, understand it a little bit, or just not judge on it. I think that's what I'm trying to say mostly, like not think that it's a bad thing, because most social people I know feel like it's a bad thing if a conversation stops. And I don't know why. It's like, if we don't want to talk for 30 seconds, who cares? We can just sit there and enjoy whatever we're doing. I don't know, maybe we're drinking a cup of tea, or maybe we're looking out at a lake, or we're walking somewhere, or we're just sitting in a room. Like, that's fine. And I think because we're so kind of conditioned to talk all of the time and, keep in contact every second of the day, I think it's important to just be silent sometimes too. Yeah. Okay, so this talk has maybe shifted from being about loving yourself and being yourself a little bit to just kind of an introvert trying to explain how things happen in a group. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's important for these things to be talked about, because they don't happen online. Like, you don't see people in videos fall silent. Like, if they have conversations, it just doesn't happen because you can edit it out. Just as I'll probably edit out the things I pronounced wrong, or the lots of ums that always accompany my speaking. But maybe I'll leave it in, just because it's more natural and it makes more sense. And it's just more realistic that way. Yeah, I don't know. I just started speaking. I just started talking. I'm just sitting in my room right now, staring at my little plants in the windowsill, and I just started talking. So yeah, I hope you liked what I had to say, or just, if you didn't like it, that's okay too. But I hope you listened, and maybe that some of you feel okay or better about yourselves now. Yeah, just know that it's okay to be you, even if you're a little bit awkward. That's totally fine. There's a lot of us out there they're just a little bit awkward. And it's okay. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares. No, for me, like, of course in your own mind, like, you remember. But for other people, they won't remember. Like, maybe if you really talk to them a lot and it happens a lot, maybe they'll associate it with you. But then again, like, if you love that part of yourself, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So that was my little speech. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.